Cue up that tape. It's Rhodes Rewind, brought to you by Rhodes College Athletics and the Rhodes Sports Information Department. Here are your hosts, Jeff Livesey and Ryan Van Hook.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Rhodes Rewind. I'm Jeff Livesey.
And I'm Ryan Van Hook.
The men's and women's basketball team had a pretty rough weekend this weekend, huh? Tell me how they did.
Women's basketball team traveled to Center and Suwanee this weekend for two tough road games. The Lynx fell in their first game of the weekend against Center with a final score of 59-43. The women were led by Sarah Johnson, who had 17 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. On Sunday, the ladies were able to get a big win over Suwanee with a final score of 49-46. Danelle Todman led the way for the Lynx with 12 points and a perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Ladies will be back in action at home on Friday night against the Peatrels of Oglethorpe. The men's basketball team was also on the road this weekend and lost 2 heartbreakers. Rhodes fell to Center on Friday with a final score of 57-54. Men were led by Drew Miller, who had 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. The men then fell in another battle to Suwanee on Sunday with a final score of 64-61. Men were led by Drew Miller once again, who had 24 points and 7 rebounds. The men will also be back in action this weekend against the Peatrels of Oglethorpe.
The men's baseball team opened up their season with a 3-game series against University of the Ozarks, came away with 2 wins and a loss. Pitchers Blake Globin and Adam Putnam picked up wins for Rhodes, and the offense was led by David Balaguer, who went 3 for 5 in Game 1 with 3 runs and an RBI, and Andrew Wallace, who went 3 for 5 in Game 3 with a triple, a home run, and 3 RBIs. Wow. The softball team opened up their season with 2 tough losses, falling to Maryville College 8-1 and DePauw University 4-3. Forrest Skelton had a good game on the hill for Rhodes against DePauw, going all 7 innings with 5 strikeouts and only 1 walk. Christine Hume led the offense with a solo homer against DePauw, then went 2 for 2 with 2 runs in Rhodes' sole victory of the weekend, a 4-3 win over Washington University. And now how about we cradle it on over to the lacrosse field. How'd the women's lacrosse team do in their opening weekend?
Well, they opened it up with 2 big games this weekend, and they came away with 2 big victories. First, the women crushed Huntington on Saturday with a final score of 22-5. Maggie Repetto led the Lynx with 5 goals, and Kendall Cunningham notched on 4 more of her own. The women then battled with Southwestern on Sunday and came out with an 18-11 victory. Kendall Cunningham again had a great game for the Lynx with 6 goals and 1 assist. The Lynx will be back in action on February 14th when they host conference rival Berry College.
Well, the women's lacrosse team is looking pretty good for only their 2nd year as a program. Good luck, girls. And that's it for another edition of the Rhodes Rewind. I'm Jeff Livesey.
And I'm Ryan Van Hook. Adios, Lynx Gatos, and we'll see you next week.
Make sure you tune in for next week's special edition, Valentine's Day style.